there was a game that released in 2011 that people may not have known, and I wrote this terrific little. Let me write this or play this. Let me get this note up here because I actually wrote a nice intro for this. Okay, so do you guys remember Elder Scrolls Skyrim?
No.
Yes. Okay. Do you remember? Yes. Yeah. Do you remember Elrond Scrolls Celebrimbor? No. That's War in the North. That's the game that launched the same time. The Lord of the Rings, War in the North, criminally overlooked, I guess you could say, when it launched because of the other game had way more folks talking about it at the time. So this is it was released, it was forgotten. It was a shame because it's actually kind of a decent game. Back then it was pretty decent, especially for Lord of the Rings nerds who really only had like the Hobbit movies to look forward to. Sorry. So you were kind of stuck after the Lord of the Rings trilogy and had nothing really all that interesting
and
going
you sure
for
as shit weren't going to play Lord of the Rings online. So.
You weren't going to play LOTR. And you wanted to get an awesome Lord of the Rings based RPG. And this was not quite it, but it was good enough. So by today's standard, it's very basic in its execution. So back then it really was, it had all the tropes even back then, like that we use today. So like the light, medium, heavy attacks, the kind of open-ish world, bunch of side quests where we're just fetch quests where we're doing things, dialogue trees. It's all there. And it was very samey at that time. It just had the Lord of the Rings glaze on top of it. But what it kind of lacked in the novelty, made up for kind of in the satisfaction. Like you play the game and you're like, yeah, you know what? That does its job. It's a Lord of the Rings action RPG and it's highly forgettable. And it's set. So let me say it's been floating around for a while. Like you could still buy it, but it hasn't aged well. People forget about it. So Aspire, the folks who like to bring these old games back up, have been they've punched out an updated version, and it's still surprisingly adept at what it's trying to do. So whatever you thought about that original game, like Aspire's goal with this game, with a lot of their other ones, is to just get more people to play these old games. A little bit of preservation, but more so update the visuals, a little better resolution, resolution, textures, and some quality of life improvements. The game initially allowed you to choose between one of 3 characters and go forward, your own mini fellowship. But in this game, you can actually hop back and forth like between the 3. So it doesn't matter who you choose. If you decide to switch back and forth in the gameplay, it actually kind of makes it much more accessible that way. It's almost game breaking in a weird way, but I kind of like it acknowledges you're not playing this game to like live and love this game. You're playing this game because you're like, oh, I missed it the first time around. Why not give it a shot now? And so that's kind of what this game is. I mean, it's broken from that standpoint because that wasn't initially a part of Lord of War in the North, but it's like, why not? So there's even like multiplayer thrown in. It's not a great game. There's still tons of jank. The hitboxes are off. Like the animations, I've had animations get like stuck, and I've had animations that I've had to wait to go through, especially on attacks, which can get pretty boring sometimes. New games would not have that typically, but they've kind of left this in. Like they've done essentially that weird genre of a remaster where a devil, like they're going to keep as much as they can of this game, but they're going to flip the better visuals button, the switch, and they're going to gloss up those visuals or audio, and then they're going to lob in like one big change to make you be like, oh, they made a change to it, which is being able to flip to a different player.
I think that if they remove the jank, it would actually be less endearing.
I completely agree. And so to me, it's and that's kind of why I think it's actually kind of cool. It's okay. And, for the preservation, I can appreciate bringing it to modern platforms, leaving that classic jank in there. And then for someone who just wants to plow through it and try something, it's like, it's not a game I'm going to force myself to sit down with and finish. And I'm not going to do a regular playthrough of this thing. I'm going to pick it up, play it, mess around with it, knock out a couple hours here and there, come back to it like maybe 3 or 4 months later. Maybe I'm on a trip or maybe on an airplane. I'm like, oh, I haven't played this game for a little bit. It's still loaded on my Switch or my
It's absolutely
Steam Deck
a lot
or
of
whatever.
games I play that way. Where
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, I still have that downloaded, huh?
And
I guess
that's
I'll
exactly
pop in.
yeah, and that's War in the North. Like again, it's not perfect by any means, but it is a game for preservation, and they've left the like you said, left the jank in, and that's it. That's all it is. It's really weird looking characters. By the way, you're not part of the actual fellowship. You are
Right.
3 different characters that are kind of side
Yeah.
blasted in there, but it's whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Solo
works.
optimized is such a
Yeah.
threatening
Yeah.
sentence. I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Solo optimized, but that's all this game is. So if you're, if you had forgotten about this game, like 99.999% of the people have, hey, they brought it back, they cleaned it up a little bit, and they threw in an extra thing for you to check out.
Did they ruin the lighting? That's the catch.
Was there good lighting in this thing? I don't even know there good lighting.
Compared to its original
Right.
form. Taylor, bring up some side by. I see you googling over there.
He's
Bring
doing
up some
side by side.
Not for this one. I don't think
Not for
because
this.
I don't think I'm going to find it. First of all, but,